Follow the finger.
Restorations where all turns new. Bikes and cars revived, it's quite a view. With Kaz and Winnie, the restoration team will make these classics fulfill their dream. Watch the shades from rust to shining chrome. Each builds a journey, glad you've come along. If our restorations get your motor running, like and subscribe, keep the channel humming.
Yes, baby, she's got it. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Shed of Dreams, basically, isn't it? Winnie is still here. He's not left for 3 weeks now. He's just been in there. You know, I have to keep picking up dog biscuits everywhere. No, I don't. I'm just messing about. As usual, got the Christmas theme going on here, look. The LED lights, there's only, I think there's 9 or 8 of them. They were free, so looks good in the USB slot. Right, Royal Enfield Meteor 350 Supernova. Champagne Supernova in the sky. I will be changing the headlight out for the LED one you might have seen on previous editions. But at the moment, I had 2. I've given one to my friend Brian, and I can't find my one. I really can't. I don't know where it is since the shed rebuild. I don't know. But anyway, let's take the headlight out because I need to get to the wiring to get this clock unwired, so I can then start to transform this new one into that shell, and then rewire it back in, and then have a rev counter, hopefully, that works. So I've loosened said screws already. 1, 2, and I'll show you why I put this back on, because I was shocked and horrified at what I found when I took this headlight out. Okay, now just look down in here where this clip is. That's not what you want to see, is it? Frickin' thing's falling apart with rust already. So may I suggest you check yours, guys, if you're watching this video because you've got a Meteor. Just 2 screws, 2 Phillips JIS screws, take them out, just give it a squirt WD-40 or something, you know, similar. ACF, not ACF 50, is it? I don't know. AF 90, all that kind of stuff. Duck oil, duck grease, pig fat, anything, as long as it stops rust, because it's just going to rust, isn't it? Okay, right, now I need to find out where my cables are coming in. They're in there somewhere. Ah, there it is. So then I need to take this out, which is the screw there, and oh, that's it, just one screw there, beg your pardon. So we'll do that. I think these are plastic pop-in, like car trim panel screw pushing things, if you see what I mean. Yes, it is. Look, it's one of those. So we do that. Get those 2 out of there, and then this should come out kind of thing like that. What's stopping it? Ah, there was that. Okay, in that hole, that receptacle there. Right, let's start making a space for all of this stuff. Follow the finger. Right, have a good look around in here. All these different bits and pieces wired in. I've tapped into to get various bits and pieces working. Oh, we've got a red cable hanging out there. Let's see. It's just a load of old shite, isn't it? A load of old shite. I'm glad I'm taking it out, to be honest. Right, okay. Leave me to it, and I will get back to you when I start sorting this out, getting this out of its shell. Right, catch you in a bit. If anyone can, Caroline can. I've just listened to a poem on the wireless there about this young lady's just spoken, read this poem out to her friend. She's got cancer, unfortunately. And so her name's Caroline. If anyone can, Caroline can. Really good. Poor little lump, actually. Okay, right. Let's get down to busyness. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and Mr. Rusty to get out of here. And it looks like we just grab hold of one of these legs and just twist it that way, or twist that one that way, and that should come out there. Let's go and grab a pair of long nose. Oh, but incidentally, before we do that, this is the box. Oh, Jeep Wrangler. I do beg your pardon. Come on. Yeah, 50 watt round LED headlight for Jeep Wrangler. 1 pair. This is 5. I tell you, I said it was £5, didn't I? £5. Nice, beautifully boxed. Look at that. There's the adapters for the Jeep Wrangler wiring loom. So, quality piece of kit. It tells you how to red wire connect to the ignition, and yellow wire connect to the turn signal. So I was right in what I was saying. So now I've got to just try and get them to work on there. Right. Yeah, let me just go and get those long nose pliers. Guess where the long nose pliers are? In there. I've taped all this on it, so I can't get that. So I grabbed a pair of a plumber's wrench here, and you know what? Things happen for a reason. This is so much easier with this. Grab hold of that. Pull it down, twist it. Come on. The other one all right just now. That's it. There you go. It's actually, that was one-handed, obviously. And there's another one. So I'm just going to take the other 3 out because they're just because. Oh, there you are. Quality control came over, didn't you? You wanted to check, make sure everything was okay. Look at that. Goodness sakes. He was straight over there. One of these springs went twang, bosh. He was right here. Daddy, you all right? You know. Okay, so all those clips are out there. So this should technically come out of there, shouldn't it? Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to lift that and twist it around a little bit. I reckon that's the order of the day, don't you? Lift it up, twist it round. Again, easier with 2 hands. Right, give us a sec. Ah, right, okay, yeah, it's not as easy as that because they have put, in infinite wisdom, a blob of black silicone in there. I think that's to trap the water in so it rusts the clip out. I think that's the tactic behind it, because the top part of it is all flopsy loosey, look, and down there it's all not. So I've got to give it a bit of a there we go, bit of a talking to. Let's see if we can just jiggle this around now, get it out the play park. Come on, to me, to you. There we go. That's not too difficult, was it? So there's the headlight. It's basic, isn't it? It's just 2 pieces glued together, and there's that big blob there, look, which bodes well for water leakage. Anyway, this turned up today, talking about new tools. Can you tell me what this is? It's one of those tools where if you've done the job, I'll give you a clue, on the front of your car. If you've done the job, you will know exactly what that is for. Drop comments down below, please, and let me know if you know what that is. And I am going to start, in the new year, I'm going to start doing giveaways to people, the first person sort of thing that comes up with the right answer. Oh, look what I found indoors, bag of googly eyes. So next time we're in the shed filming, I'm going to googly eye something in here, and you'll have to spot it. So the first one that spots where the googly eyes are wins a prize. Oh, yes. No doubt. We'll go into that a bit later because I really don't want to snarl this video up with mockery and things. That's another story. That is a brilliant piece of kit. A photo cell to turn things on and off, likewise, but 12 volt. So if I fit that somewhere in the Touran, when it gets dark, the lights will automatically come on. Or the van. There you go. Or the bike. See the bike. Right, let's have a quick look at this. Let's get the light off. I see some writing. ARA 16/80, is that? Oh, 8. 16/8. The rest of it's watermarked. So let's have a go round and see what's... Oh, God. It's a good job I'm nosy, isn't it? And get in there. Luckily, I reckon we'll have dosed this in Magoo. I reckon I'm all right there. But guys, please, if you've got one of these bikes, take your headlamp bezel off and just get in there with a rag or something, because you know it's built to a price, isn't it? But we can all help ourselves by just nipping these little things in the bud to keep the reputation going in a good way. There's a bit more here. I've just found a bit more, but I'll be going over that in a bit later. I'm just going to test fit the LED. Actually, let's take it to the light fitting. Yeah, I'm going to leave that on there, I think. Just see if we're in the same ballpark. Yes, we are. It's a little... no, we're not. Oh, no. Bugger. Oh, man, that's a real shame. Oh, no, that is a real shame. I would have thought that would have looked rather jiff on there, don't you? Oh, bugger. Oh, look, I've got caught round my deer whistle. You know what, Easy? Me deer whistle. When you go along, air goes through there. It's a whistle. And you drive along in the countryside and the deers go, oh, what the fuck's that? Easy's coming. Quick, lads. Let's get out of the way, or get in the let's get in the road and start giving all this. That's a deer whistle. I've never hit a deer on a motorbike yet. So I'm going to say it's a thumbs up. I don't know. So I fit these to most of my bikes. There we are. So a bit of a giggle, isn't it? Bugger. I thought that was a perfect fit. Okay. Well, I will do things and have a look at things and see. It's just a couple of mil. It's just a couple of mil. Right. Well, that's a little bit of a downer to end this section of this episode on. But never mind. The bike runs. That's good. The headlight works. That's good. We've exposed a bit of rust that needs treating. That's another good thing, isn't it? I've talked bollocks for 10 minutes, so that's about 30p. That's bollocks. That's good, isn't it? Bollocks. Oh, my days. Yeah. Oh, incidentally, we had Lambo 1, yeah, Lambo 2, and we had that old thing there that was outside the shed. It's been outside the shed all summer. And in actual fact, it was dry, because if you remember rightly, earlier on in the year, I drained the electrolyte out of there, and I used that electrolyte in another battery to try and that one up, but it all went boobs up. So where I've just filled that up with distilled water or deionized water, and I've whacked some charge in it, it's stable at 8 volts. So I'm just wondering what I can do with an 8 volt battery. Anyway, whilst indoor, the summer before last, that winter, I took the battery off of the Bergman. That's the Bergman battery, and I was given this by a good friend, and it was brand spanking new. Well, I say it was brand spanking new. It's now 3-year-old, because here is the receipt. Now, this isn't my address on there, so I'm going to cover it up because I don't want people knocking this man's door and going, "Oi, you twat." So yeah, $53.99 for a Moto bat. And this one is the MBTZ10S. Quality Flex AGM battery. So this is another glass mat battery as opposed to a flooded battery, if you like. Okay, and where was I going with this? Well, I will tell you. These two, like I say, I took them indoors and put them in the cupboard under the stairs just for the warmth kind of thing over the really harsh winter. And 2 years later, they're both flat. Well, they say flat. They're about that far from being flat. They're not completely horizontal. They're a little bit not horizontal, vertical. They're not flat. There's about, I think there's about 7 volts in each of them, sort of thing. But I've had them on my old Hawk triple charger. So that's been dribbling juice into there for probably a good couple of hours. It says it's sealed. It says it's vented, but it's non-leakable. I don't know how that works in real life. Never needs water. Maintenance free. Yes, of course, Mr. Manufacturer. Absolutely. So when it's dead, instead of us repairing the things or topping up and charging up again, you want us to just buy another one. Right, okay, I hear you. Loud and clear. So yeah, I did the same with that one, and I'm going to work on these two over the next few days and go from there. These two, the Lambo 1, the Lambo 2, will it power my dream Lambo mobility scooter? Yes, they will, because they have done before I took them off. I mean, I went up the road. I did a 4-mile excursion on it the first day I got it, after charging it up for, sort of like 12 hours. As soon as I turned the ignition on, the green light where the battery is, it was flashing, which means under voltage. But off I went, wind in my hair, and I did all those miles and come back, and I was happy as Larry. But I knew that the batteries weren't performing as they should do, and before I splash out and get some new ones, which aren't all that expensive, I've been online for about 300 quid for the pair. Now that isn't bad for these type of batteries. I was told they were about 400 quid each, or they're 350, 400 pound each, which is a huge difference, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to sell my body for a couple of nights to get the money up together to buy another pair. But I am going to use these starting next season, and I'm just going to go from there. Really, this over the winter here, I'm going to trickle charge them. Basically, I've got two Hawks, so I'm going to be trickle charging these two boogers and go from there. Right, okay, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, and then it'll be part 2 for the Headlight. I mean, the obvious thing is to black silicon in, like they've done with the original, into there, isn't it? But I need to know what the light pattern is, so I might just temporarily install it, sort of thing, and just see what kind of light pattern we got going on here. And by that time, my lux meter will be here. Yes, you heard right, I'm going proper scientific. I've got all these new gadgets now to test batteries and things and loads. I'm also going down the lighting way with a lux meter. I used to have one at work, but obviously now I'm medically retired. I don't have access anymore to my old tools because they were the works tools. So I need to buy myself a little lux meter, which is a great little piece of kit. You just put it on a desk or whatever, put the lights on, and it tells you exactly how many lux. So a given light is giving off, and it should tell us between the LED and the incandescent, or the halogen. Sorry, the halogen. It should tell us, give us a figure for which one is brighter, etc., and by how much. So that will all be a bit more scientific. I might even get the white robe on with the mirror tap there. Oh, Tarquin. Might get Tarquin in. for that. Who wants to see Tarquin again? Put your hands up. Right, okay. Drop a comment below if you want to see Tarquin. My Scottish Afro-American Jewish cousin-in-law. He's great. He's great. He's a bit of a nutter, but he is what he is. He's just, you know, he's Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's one of them. Okay, well, take care, guys. I'll see you again next time, and hopefully I'll have a brighter headline. But who knows? Right, catch you in a bit. I don't know. What do I go on about? I had installed one of these on the Himalayan, a how-to for everybody, and that was a very popular video. Lots of people did that to the Himalayans to add, you know, alarm systems, USB ports, you know, auxiliary lights, all that kind of stuff, heated grips. But here, now these were destined. Let me just turn this light off. These were destined to go on the Bergman. These BMW styly spotlights. Now I paid these were a fair whack of money, but they were nowhere near what they should have been. I paid quite a bit for these, but with the ones I ordered didn't have these side lights and indicators combined. So you got white light and the 3 orange indicator, the LEDs there, they are indicators, both sides. Okay. Now, I paid for the ones without. I didn't even know they came with this. But this is what arrived in the post. The much more expensive by twice almost model of these. So anyway, now I've got different bracketry to either mount them sort of there or on the forks, something like that. I don't know. And obviously when you put your indicators on, these blink and flash, and when you put your headlights on, you have side lights as well, so people can see you from the side. And that was a load of kit that I was going to put, and an alarm system that I was going to put on the Bergman, but as I'm going to be getting rid of the Bergman once I finish the restoration, beg your pardon, I'm going to keep that kit. It's a lot of money. There's no point in putting it on a bike and then selling it off, because I want them. I want to use them. So that will be going at some point on the Enfield. Right. That's enough of me waffling. Thank you for looking. Please look forward to the Royal Enfield mini series coming up for that stuff. Also, the where is it? The rev counter. There, hidden underneath there, to be installed, and the LED headlight. So fingers crossed, that will be coming up rather soon, hopefully. And then unfortunately I might have to move on the FZ50. It may have to go to a new home, because I simply can't keep everything that I do. Come on, focus, you steady man. There we go. Beautiful little bike. Oops. Ka-ching, it's getting a bit dusty. He's beautiful, look at that. So I don't know yet, I don't want to, but I've been told that I have to. So I've got to sell things. Okay, and then of course we've got the A3 over there. Right, catch you later, guys. Thanks for looking. Thanks for being part of the fabric that makes up this channel, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Take care. I'll see you soon. I wanted to be the wickedest slag. I want a dude who will do me in the back. Is that the lyrics? I don't know. I don't even want to know now. I nearly swapped that yesterday with a gentleman from Oxfordshire who has a motorcycle, and it was that close to being a done deal. I think we both mutually agreed, after about an hour and a half of delegating, that we couldn't logistically transfer each vehicle to each other because of lack of. I mean, I've got a van, but I can't put the car on top of the van on the roof rack, can I? And likewise, or whatever. So because there's no MOT, I couldn't drive it up there, and he's got no MOT on the other bike. And guess what the bike was? And it would have been so flipping apt. It was a black with yellow, with white, silver lightning down the side, and it was a Honda, and it was a CBR, and it was a 600. Literally the first bike I did 13 years ago when this channel started, and it would have been a fitting end to this channel if I ended up with that bike to get the A2 out the way. I'd you know, to do a proper video, spoken video restoration of one of my favourite bikes of all time would have been absolutely amazing. But I've got no way of physically getting my car there without an MOT. Well, I could MOT it, but then how do I get the bike back to me? We juggle everything up in the air, and sadly, it hasn't come to fruition. But there we are. It would have been nice, wouldn't it? Hey up! Welcome back to the channel. Right, straight away, let's get back into this headlight business on the Royal Enfield Meteor. Hello! How you doing? Thumbs up. He was in the shower this morning, got him in there, headlock, you know, go on my old boy. Got him in there, and we debugged him this morning, got rid of all of his friends, and he wasn't happy, to say the least. Anyway, that's enough waffling. Right, I've put the headlamp back in, basically because I needed to get the light pattern that the original RE headlamp gives off. So I've fabricated this beautiful piece of artwork. It's actually, that's like a laminated sheet on there. It's all shiny. Look. Oh. Up in the loft, I had this picture, which is now on the back of that cupboard door. It's that old Brooklands racing thing. Well, it used to be mounted in there, and I thought to myself, this is nice. I've got the white clean pens, so I can do whatever I like on there, and no one will be any the wiser. So, of course, to have the headlights on, you have to have the engine running. Okay, so let's fire her up. Just going to start her up, lad. All right, good man. He's all right. Okay, so we have some sort of light there, don't we? It's a little bit on the woolly side. Now, by that I mean there's no real sharp definitions. Let's go. That's accurate, isn't it? I suppose. Probably something like that. Sort of tapers off over there. It's down to about there. Something like that. Don't know. So if you can sort of imagine that, that's dip beam. Let's high beam it, and that now changes. That now changes. Where are we? Encompasses fair to say. Sort of thing. Okay. Okay. Right, that gives us some sort of pattern, doesn't it, if you like, some sort of. Okay, so we got the low beam here. Mainly it's basically concentrated in this area. That's your low beam. And then high gives us a little trough here, which is quite important because that will be on the road directly in front of the bike, wouldn't it? And then it spans out. So it's got a nice pattern, the original light. And just up above it is what's going in there. Yes, I found it. I went up. It was up in the loft in a box. So it's got the dot and E number on it, kite mark. So there is the part that plugs into the loom on the bike itself. Okay, and the red and yellow is just basically, actually, I think it's just the red goes in, and obviously, I have to look. Basically, what it is, you buy these as a pair for a Land Rover. Okay, these are Land Rover headlights, not officially, but they are Land Rover headlights. Nice big metal sink on the back there, heat sink. So on one side, obviously you got one headlight there, yeah, and one headlight there. Sorry, my boy, go on, off you go. There you go. Look. One headlight there and one headlight there. So obviously one side needs indicator on there, and the other one needs an indicator on the other side. So they give you, the yellow is a indicator cable, and we'll dab that onto the 9-volt battery in a minute and just see what lights up here, because you need side light, dip, main, don't you, on there? So right, we'll see what's going on in just a second. I need to whip this back out of there, and I need to take this out and put this chrome ring onto there with that rusty flipping clip in there. So right, give me 5 minutes and we'll get it done. All scientific stuff. Excellent. How to plant your dahlias. Yeah, I don't think we need to listen to that, do we? Oh, he's so soft today after his shampoo. Oh, he's so soft. He loves it. Yeah, Woos, do you want some googly eyes? Should we put some googly eyes on you, shall we? That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Right, anyway, going back to this headlight. I've just been sort of thinking outside the box, just so I can get this mounted in the bike to see if we can get a headlight pattern. That's all I'm trying to do. This isn't a solution. I've got this draft excludery sort of castellated sticky back. What? You've had biscuits? Yes, you're not having any more. Anyway, so I've gone around the circumference of that lamp. Now I'm going to stick that in the bowl. In the bowl of goodness. Oh dear. Oh, what a morning. No, just stop it, Top Don. Just because you're the top Don doesn't mean you're the top Don, does it? That will be the top. This will be... That'll be the top. Oh, isn't that satisfying, eh? Isn't that satisfying? That'll be... See, looking at that, which way? Ah, it is that way up. Right, beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Right, me to you, you to me. What I should do really is put a little mark up there, shouldn't I? So I know... That would be way too easy. I know which is top. Let's put a red mark. Let's put a red mark. Okay, so that's top. That's top there. Isn't it nice just reaching out and knowing where things are? Oh, I'm so not used to this. All right, let's googly eyes. Let's pop that in there. Okay, is that going to be enough? Well, that kind of looks all right, doesn't it? Okay, I need 2 hands now, so I'm going to screw this into the bike. Hopefully the wiring loom will keep that pressed up against here, because I don't really want to be faffing around with them clips in there. A, because I don't think they do anything, because this is so thick here. That is a huge thickness. It brings it right up close to the lip that it needs to clip into. Here it's about a mile away. So, right, let's see what goes on. What horrible weather. It's flipping miserly, but it doesn't matter because it's got me blue. Oh yeah, right, well it's in. I tell you what, that really looks something else. That looks pretty special. Right. Yeah, wish I could do that. Give him a biscuit, he might let you. There's our side light slit on the handlebars. How cool is that? I mean, just look at that. Fucking spot on, isn't it? Right, let's fire her up. Wow. That is a lot different now, isn't it? Okay, so I can't really do it in a different colour because I haven't really got a different colour, but we'll have a look. Oh my goodness. I mean, that even goes over there, so that width, what the hell's this? What am I working with here? Oh, I don't know. That does look the bollocks, doesn't it? Really does look nuts. It really suits the bike completely and utterly. Well, right, let's get a decent marker on it. So that really continues on to about here, which is, I mean, it's over here, look. So we've got a much whiter. That's got to be over 6 foot, I reckon. What are we looking at? Let's have a look. Is that about right? Is that about accurate? It's like something out of flipping War of the Worlds, isn't it? Okay, that's dip, and this is literally daylight here. The camera doesn't really pick it up very well, but it is very bright. Okay, let's stick this onto high beam. Bloody hell! Sorry. That is intense. There. That is proper intense. Bloody hell. Do you know what? I can't look at this too long without squinting. I reckon. Right, let's shut that down. Wow. I reckon that the luxometer, which is ordered, I reckon the luxometer is going to tell the whole story, isn't it? Now, here's the kicker. Where's Doggy Woggy gone? Come on then. Come on then, it's all finished now. Look. That's it, come and smell them lovely fumes. So I'm still doing lots of experiments there with the batteries. Lay down then. Good lad. Okay. I know that it's all wet, look. I don't know. Here's the kicker. When it comes to lighting, and I'll still say it now, the old halogen warm white, if you like, the more yellowy, it's not yellow, but you know what I'm saying, it's the more of a warmer more of a not natural as such, but the more powerful lamps are a natural white. These are more of a cool white, aren't they? These LEDs, more of a like a hospital lighting, that sort of thing, sort of hygienically, very clean, a very clean white light, and it doesn't saturate as much. Okay, it's sharper and it's brighter, but anywhere past that line, that very sharp line, anywhere past it, it's dark again, isn't it? Whereas a yellowy sort of incandescent or halogen, something like that, it's a more of a blurred. It's a larger. It covers kind of a larger area, but I don't know. The luxometer will tell us the intensity of the light itself, and the only proof with lighting is taking it out on the road. That can be done, obviously. The other thing is road conditions or weather affects, doesn't it? On a nice dry evening, nice dark summer's night sort of thing, nice and dry. A normal halogen light is absolutely adequate. But as soon as you add moisture, any kind of moisture to that equation, and it robs the light, and you can't see a hand in front of you, can you? So, is that true of these new halogen lights? Yet to find out, haven't we? So over the course of the weeks and months, I will do outdoor and indoor, dry and wet rides with lights on in the dark, and just see. I am so impressed with that headlight. I can't tell you. It just looks the bollocks. Don't forget, these are different handlebars to Royal Enfield ones. These are more swept back. They're more custom. They're more chopper sort of thing, as opposed to more straighter. Because the Royal Enfield ones come out here. They're more straight. They're not straight, but they're more straighter by about degrees. So yeah, right. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna think of ways that light is staying in there. I think by the time we've put that back in there properly to hold back all of the wiring to stop the heat of that diffuser on the back of there, to stop that melting anything. I don't know how hot it gets. Might be worth putting a thermometer in there, mightn't it? One of those portable thermometers, and just see how hot it gets with the halogen lamp in there, and how hot it gets with that in there. Might run not as hot. Oh dear. I'm going a bit hoarse at the moment. Nay, lad. So there's lots of things to do just to get this headlight situation right. I don't normally fanny around with headlights because I see people's comments on all different sort of formats, and I think on different forums, and I think, what the hell are you going on about? You can't see anything. It's too dark. Even cars mainly as well. I can't see anything. What upgrades can I do? Well, if you go anything above 55 watt, 60 watt lamps, you're breaking the law. Oh dear. And you get the ones that are blue dipped, which cut out the yellow light, which just leaves a white light, and all this kind of stuff. It's very technical, way above my freaking capacity. But that's scientific enough, isn't it? It just looks like a car crash now, doesn't it, on there? But there we are. Like I say, so I'm going to put that plate back in a little while. Sit that back in there. I've got to work out a way, if I want to, about putting those extra driving lights on there, the LEDs with the indicators on the sides. They do look spiffing, but is it just going to clutter up the front of this bike? Thing is, it's not a speed demon, this beast. It's a 70 mile an hour max sort of. Okay, it goes faster, but you won't want to be screaming that J series engine. Why would you want to do that? So the thought of putting things on to increase the weight of the bike, you know, quite a bit with crash barriers and all that kind of crash bars and all this kind of stuff, all adds weight, doesn't it? So I'm not overly bothered about putting these fog lights on or driving lights on, because they are heavy. They really, you can feel the quality. They are very heavy. But it's not going to affect anything. It'll still do 70 miles an hour if I want it to. So it don't really matter, does it? What I might do... no, we'll leave that there, I think. Well, yeah, we will leave that there. Okay. Right, I need to go and do some editing. Oh, drinking brew. Yeah, sore throat coming on. Kaz has had it for the last week or so. She never gets ill. And when she's ill, she's worse than us blokes. No, I'm not saying that derogatory to say that, oh, you know. No, she suffers. And, of course, my immune system being what it is, wanting to fucking kill me, we've been trying to keep away from each other. But how can you do that when you're knocking around in the same room? It's so difficult. So I said to her, give it a week or two and I'll be, and rightly so. So I'm not looking forward to what's coming. So I'm going a bit already. So I don't know how long I've got to do all this stuff. I might be quiet for a couple of weeks. I don't know. Right, see you in a bit. Take care. Big hugs to everybody. Don't forget, keep hydrated. And not just on the berry juice either. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, look at that. That is sex on wheels, isn't it?